This is lesson 2. You'll be learning 7 lowercase manuscript letters this week. Before we begin, we'll need to go ahead and label the corners of our paper at the very tip top with very small letters. It needs to be an L for left and a capital R for right. So you need to put your 2 fingers like this and decide which one looks like an L. Of course, this one does. So this is my L corner. I'm going to write a very small L in the corner. I don't want it to get in the way of my writing. Then on the other side, I'm going to write a capital R. This way, when we are talking about what direction letters are supposed to be going, you'll know if they need to go to the left or if they need to go to the right. Whenever you're writing manuscript letters, it is basically midline or around a midline down, around the top line down. Never do you go from the baseline up for your lowercase manuscript letters. Our first letters are all going to look very similar at the beginning, but they will finish differently. So we're going to begin with lowercase a. At the midline, you'll start curving over and around on the left. You're going to round to the baseline. As soon as you get to the place where you started up there, you're going to go straight up and straight back down with a little kick. This little kick makes your letters look fancy, and then also it helps you when you're going into cursive. Next, this will be your quick verbal strokes. Midline, over and around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Space over. Now when you space over, you can't just start like real close to it because you need room for the round part, so you kind of have to skip over. Go to the midline, over and around. Once you hit the baseline, you go straight up, straight back down. Your lowercase a's need to be closed. They cannot be open. Skip over, midline, over and around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Over and around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Over and around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Over and around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Your turn. Now, you probably have practiced the lowercase a on 1 or 2 lines. Let's go ahead and skip a dotted line for our next letter. Let me show you how. You began writing at the dotted line here. You skip down to the next dotted line. That's the one we're skipping. So keep on going till you hit the next dotted line. Then make sure you have your correct line. Top line, midline, baseline, descending space. This will be the line that we'll be writing our next letter on. It's going to be lowercase d. Begin at the midline. You're going to go to the left, over and around, just like the A. Once you hit the baseline, you're going to go straight up and meet the point where you started. Keep on going to the top line. Don't pick up your pencil, come straight back down, and then end it with a kick at the baseline. It needs to be closed, and you need to have your line going down the same direction as you're going up and coming back down. Skip over, midline, over and around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Again, midline, over and around. We're going to the left, over and around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Over, around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Over, around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Your turn. We've practiced A and D. Now I'm going to go down to the next dotted line to begin our next letter, which is a lowercase g. We're going to begin the exact same as the A and the D, midline, over and around to the left, touch the baseline, go straight up. Then you're going to go straight back down into the descending space, and you're going to make a left hook to the left side of your board. The hook, make it look like a fish hook or captain hook. It needs to be the same size as your round part is right here. Don't make it too big. Don't make it go out further. Don't make it too tiny. It needs to be the same size down here and down here. Next one. Midline, over and around, straight up, straight down below with a left hook. Next one. Midline, over and around, straight up, straight down below with a left hook. Over, midline, over and around, straight up, straight down below with a left hook. Midline, over and around, straight up, straight down below with a left hook. Your turn. Next practice letter is going to be a lowercase q. So we're going to go down to the next clean dotted line. Make sure you find the midline. That's where we begin. Over and around, just the same as the other letters up above. To the left, straight up, straight down below. This time we have a right hook. That means that the hook is going to the right corner. Space over. Midline, over and around. The round part is to the left. Go straight up, straight back down, right hook. Over and around, straight up, straight back down, right hook. Over and around, straight up, straight back down, right hook. Over and around, straight up, straight back down, right hook. Look at the difference. The hook is kind of the same size, so don't make your hook too big. You're not trying to catch a shark. You just want to catch a little fish. Your turn. Okay, with these letters, all of these letters were rounded and they were going to the left. The next three letters in this week set are going to be heading towards the right. First letter is going to be a lowercase u. Begin at the midline. You're going to be going straight down to the baseline. Before you get there, you're going to start creating your U-turn, and then it goes straight up, then straight back down to the baseline with a kick. Make sure this side and this side, these are parallel. I know what parallel means, so these lines need to be parallel. They also need to be pointing straight up and straight up. Next one. Midline, U-turn, straight back down with a kick. 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 Notice that my U-turns are all about the same size. You don't want them too wide. You don't want them too skinny. Your turn. The next letter we're going to practice is W. After I write it, let's see if you know why it's called W. Begin at the midline. You're going to make one U, come straight back down, and make another U. Try to make them both the same size. Have you gotten it yet? Look here. One U, W. When you have two U's put together, that means it's doubled. So that's why it's called W. One U, W. One U, W. One U, W. Make sure your both U's are about the same size and that they're all reaching, each of the three lines at the top are reaching the midline and that the round parts are touching the baseline. Your turn. The next letter we'll write is going to be the lowercase y. It's kind of a combination of a U and a G. Let me show you. Midline, down, U-turn, straight down below, left hook. Hey, do you see? Midline, U-turn, straight down below, left hook. 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 Your turn. Okay, these are all of the letters that we're learning for this lesson, lesson 2. I'm going to go ahead and write some examples of words, practicing 2 at a time, and then your teacher can go ahead and pause it in between so that you're able to practice all the words that we write. First word is going to be dog. Over, around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Now very close together, I need to just space over because my ah needs to go over and around, it needs some space. So remember, you begin below the midline, go up, over, around, close. Now I need to space over because I need room for my round part. So G, dog. Midline, over, around, close, straight down below with a left hook. Dog. Let me write it one more time. Over, around, straight up, back down with a kick. Up, over, around, close. Midline, over, around, straight up, straight down below with a left hook. Next word will be dock. D-ock. Make my D, over and around, straight up, straight down. Ah, up, over and around, close. C begins the same place as the O. Up, over, around, and stop. Dock. Let me write it again. Up, over, around, straight up, straight back down. Up, over, around, close. Up, over, around, stop. Next word. This is going to be cod. Again, we're practicing the O and the C again. Up, over, around, stop. up, over, around, close, up, over, around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. And actually that one began at the midline. Let me do it again. Up, over, around, stop, up, over, around, close, midline, over and around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Next word is going to be way, way. That's W, 1U, W, A. I need to come over because I need my round space. Over and around, straight up, straight back down. Here's my Y. U-turn, down below with a hook. Here we go again. 1U, W, over, around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. U-turn, straight down below, left hook. Last word to practice. We've got to get in that Q. We've got to practice the Q. And whenever you write a word with a Q, it's got to have U after it. So it's going to be quad. Quad. Midline, over, around, straight up, straight back down, right hook. Okay. U-turn, straight down with a kick. A, over, around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Over, around for my D, straight up, straight back down with a kick. One more time. Over, around, go down below. It's a scary place, but we gotta go. And then a right hook. U-turn with a kick. Over, around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. Over, around, straight up, straight back down with a kick. You need to be looking at your letters and making sure you're touching all your guidelines. You're going down below when you need to go down below. All your letters look about the same size. We can't have some real big, some real small. Once you've learned how to write letters correctly, the best way for you to retrain your brain is to always be writing it that way from then on. So I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Can't wait to see your progress and all your work. See you then.